I normally make comment about the other team. I think Flem's done a great job this year. I think that those guys keep getting better every year. They are, they've been an offensive juggernaut and pretty scary. I did not sleep last night because of them. Uh, but I want to focus on these guys. That our seniors, our seniors did a steady and quiet, growing job as leaders. And we lost a bunch of key players very early in the season, had to regroup, and these are the guys that led us. And these are the guys that helped us finish the season looking forward. They held the group together when people outside, the family, told us not to be together. They played their faces off week after week after week. I have the greatest amount of respect for them. And we've had some pretty good groups come through here, but these guys held together something special. I love them. I told them today that I told them all week the only way we could win this game was as a team. Had to be as a team. We got no corners left. We got no players left. Nobody's allowed to get hurt. Tough, hard-nosed. Man, love's a powerful thing. I'm very proud of them. I'm very grateful that I got to be a part of their lives. So ask them whatever you want. I'm just going to sit here and bask in the glow of freaking loving my team.
Yes, Sean, talk about the way the defensive line today, you guys played, seemed like more of a purpose today.
Well, one thing that Coach Ambrose said is that, in the secondary and linebacking core were, really, really skimp. So we knew that we had rotating bodies in the D-line, so it was really just, it was going to be on our shoulders. We had fresh guys coming in and out all game, so, we didn't have to take as many snaps as everybody else did. So because we're so fresh that, we can kind of really contact the quarterback and, just fit our gaps and make the plays that we're supposed to.
2 sacks today. 2 sacks and five for the team.
Yeah, again, it was really we all took advantage of the one-on-one matchups. Our inside guys did a great job. You always have to scheme for like Clifton Jones and Kenai Anderson. So on the outside, a lot of times we're left open with one-on-one matchups, and again, it's just really winning our matchups.
Was this your best game, personally?
This year maybe. Like I said, I really don't know. As a D-line, it was one of our best games as a D-line. That's really what matters.
How satisfying was it to go out and this?
Oh, it's for like I said, speaking for the D-line, having all the seniors, having a sack or two, that was the way that that we should have went on. That we really wanted to go out, and then the W on top of that. Well, the W that was like it's incredible. It's you can't ask for any more as a senior.
Spread the wealth.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's like I said, one-on-one matchups. That's what we took advantage of.
Coach, 2-game win streak. You're on a roll.
Questions for our player.
Oh, okay.
Question for both of you. Started the season in the rain versus Morgan. Ended the season in the rain versus Rhode Island. How have you each grown since game 1 till now?
We just had fun. I think we just, in the beginning, we were like really just focused too hard on each other, too hard on ourselves. But now we just like go out there and have fun. Like receivers, as long as we just look at each other like, I got you, you got me. We just try to have fun. We just play ball. And like the team we just been improving every week. So it's been really fun.
Coach, Shane, that diving catch for a touchdown really put you guys over the hump. Gave you breathing room. Any doubt in your mind that there was? He rolled to his right and hit you, and it looked like it was almost a fingertip thing.
I don't know if it was a fingertip thing. When Stover has the ball, he's going to put it where he needs to put it. So I didn't doubt it for a second. I just went where the coaches told me, and Stover knew I was going to be there. And we just got that trust now.
Since he chose not to beat you, what do you think of his performance?
He's an animal. He's an animal. He's an animal.
Little tiger.
Old tiger.
Old school tiger?
You talking about me?
No.
Stover?
Stover. You said that's
Is he like 12?
and a half.
Shane, how do you feel about your season? I know it was the beginning. Did you see the finish that strong?
I started off a little rough. I was lacking a little confidence, but like I said, in the beginning I was just too hard on myself. I wasn't really having fun. But as I came back and everybody was like, we were just rolling and we were all just having fun. As long as we're having fun, it's just a different game. You gotta have fun.
Was the adjustment tough for Division II, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that tough at the beginning?
It was tough, but everybody just, I felt like I needed to, I could play, and all the coaches told me I could play. They had my back, kept pushing me to do better. So it was hard, but it was easy at the same
I
time.
say that because you're a fast guy, you're a speed guy. Probably at that level, you're probably faster than everybody. Now there's probably a couple DBs that are your speed, or maybe that's the difference.
Yeah, speed of the game is definitely a little faster.
All you guys, all the skill guys are back next year,
Back.
every single one.
Yeah, that's a
What do
good
you-
feeling.
How's that make you feel?
Real good. We always talk about it like we know we started off bad, but ending the year with 2 wins and our offense has been rolling and rolling and rolling. We're looking forward to next year for sure.
I know Coach has sung your praises already, but what has he meant to you both this season?
Like I said in the beginning, I was lacking confidence, and after a few games, I was really down, and he helped me out, and he's just always there for our teammates, always picking us up, always just saying the right stuff to keep us going, keep us in it.
Coach Ambrose coming in for all the seniors. Coming in, a lot of us from that 2013 class we weren't grown yet. We all thought we all had it together and things like that. We all had, other offers and things, and we thought, Towson become Towson and just dominate. That he helped humble us and then, break us down a little bit, but then at the same time grow us. He understands when we need praise. He understands, when that we need that tough love. And that's one thing that Coach Ambrose and the entire coaching staff, they helped grow each and every one of us, and I know we're all appreciate them for that.
Shane, just so you don't get something in the head, remember you had 6 catches today. You were one of only 22 receivers this year. 22 guys that caught the ball.
Hey, my head isn't big. I'm just glad we were all
Ellis.
playing good.
Is that a record?
It's the most in the FCS this year.
Okay.
Everybody's that's why it was so fun when everybody's getting the ball. That's when it's the most fun.
Any other questions for our student athletes? Thank you, gentlemen. You can go.
Be smart.
Always.
Congrats on your season, gentlemen.
Thanks. Be smart.
All right, so what's, go ahead.
When I talked to you 2 weeks ago, you said that one thing that meant a lot to you this season was how much the team felt like family. If you had to describe this season in one word, not using family, what would you say?
Wow. That's a great question. Narrowing me to one word is not fair.
You gave me a hyphenated one the
I
other day.
know I did. Thank you. Thank you. Gosh.
That's what I'm asking. What question.
Yeah, it's really hard. And I want to get it right for you. I really do.
I have a deadline.
Would you like a sentence?
I said something to you the other day, like resilient,
Yeah.
but it's more than that. It really is. And you're not going to get emotions out of me now. I already did that in the locker room. When you plan for as long as we planned, and when I say when we planned, we left Rhode Island last year and started planning for this. And it was it's really a good plan. It's a sexy plan. It really looked good. And to have it within a span of 14 days just get destroyed. It wasn't just the coaches, it was everybody. And we struggled, we fought, it was hard. And instead of in today's world, go hit an internet thing with a news site. Everything's negative, everything's horrible, everything's bad. And not them. I said it in January, I said it in April, I said it in July. There's something about this group that was different. It's not about how they play the game. It's about who they are as human beings. And that they are ridiculously resilient. There's a chemistry in this group that I've been a part of great teams, championship teams, the conference titles and all this. And I don't want to take anything away from them. They were awesome. But there's something about these guys. And instead of listening to all the crap that everybody says, they got tighter. We got tighter. And then we started having fun. And we got tighter, and we were having fun and getting better with a losing record. I love all the guys I've ever had a chance to coach, but these guys are special. And the coolest thing about it is, while I love these seniors that are walking out the door, there's a whole bunch of these guys coming back.
How do you feel about all those skill guys coming back?
About as a lot like I felt at the beginning of the season.
I mean, have you ever had that many guys come back at those positions?
Mhm.
Have you?
2010 to 2011.
Speaking of 2010, is Stover anything like, who's the other guy?
Andrews, that was 2000.
Grant Endress.
Oh, 212, yeah, I'm sorry. How
Grant played
much
11.
grade Ryan today?
Grant played in 11. He was a
Well,
quarterback.
The year that he 4 touchdowns.
How would I grade Ryan today?
Yeah.
Hey, somebody crushed me on this one the other day, and I graded him, and I gave him a C against Elon. And he played really well. But as a quarterback, you're not getting a good grade unless you win, period. That's part of the gig. I'm not getting a good grade. I could be a magician, and if we lose, don't matter.
So what's he get today?
He gets an A. He gets an A minus. He gets an A minus because he threw that ball in the end zone and did something that I told him not to do.
Was.
I can't use the exact words, but he was pushing to get Jabari. Jabari Greenwood's going to be an all-league player who doesn't have a touchdown. And we tried schematically to get him a touchdown multiple times. It's almost like he doesn't want to score a touchdown. So Ryan stepped outside the box and did what I told him not to do and threw a pick in the end zone, which 30-something would have been nicer than 29. But he gets a really good grade.
He overthrew a couple of guys wide open.
Yes, he did. And
But that's more the rule than the exception with him this year, isn't it?
sometimes he's hot and cold. He's like a young guy. When he's on, he's really on. And when he's off, my hair turns gray and falls out.
Jabari Allen's performance today.
Yeah, I thought he did great, but I could say that about all of them. That they really, as the season has progressed, they have progressed. And like you said, all these guys come back. They're young, talented dudes without a lot of experience. At least that's what they were when the season started. And now they're a little bit older dudes with a whole lot of experience and a whole lot of confidence.
Is Stover the man for 2018?
I can tell you he's a man tonight. I don't know.
But then tonight is when you start planning for 2018.
Maybe. It's maybe. The problem is, and I'll just say, well, like Morgan Mahawk's not going to play anymore. And he was supposed to have another year.
This is concussion stuff?
And truth be told, I didn't tell anybody this because in the beginning of the season, I didn't want anybody to know that his concussion was that severe because as you have seen, people will go after guys' heads. And I wasn't going to let it happen. I was doing my best to protect him.
That happened in the Morgan game?
It happened in the first quarter of the Morgan game. So for those of us who go back in time and go, how was Morgan Mahalik so bad in that game? Because when I found out he had a concussion that was basically later on that day or the next day, he didn't remember any of that stuff. So is Ryan the guy for the future? He's going to give it a hell of a, he's going to have a chance at that job. But right now, if Morgan doesn't stay, and it doesn't look like he will, then I have 2 quarterbacks that are scholarship quarterbacks. That's not enough, not in this league, not in this level. So I'm going to have to go get one. And the question is, am I going to get another young guy or am I going to get an old guy as an insurance policy? So that's a long answer for I don't know yet.
Hey, Rob, winning 3 out of 4 in the season, that's a lot better than, what are you going to work on for 2018 with winning 3 out of 4 at the end of the year?
Like I said, I got good players, I got good coaches, and that have responded to adversity in a way that most people don't. We have to figure out a way to not be injured, especially in the beginning of the year. Because God knows we know how to play football, and we know how to play as a team, but we got to find a way to not get injured.
And beat more ranked teams.
Well, I would say if we had less injuries, we would have had a greater shot at that. And I'll just say it, Ryan Stover was not ready to go play those guys and beat us the victory. And you can lose a tailback and survive. You can lose your stud tailback and survive. You can lose your stud quarterback and survive. But not if you do both. Not after you've planned a year for this and then lose them both in a heartbeat. So I get that. there's no substitute for experience. These kids grew during the entire year. And if anybody can't see that, then they are truly, truly blind. And the coach staff did a great job taking a bunch of young skill players and finding a way to make them successful. And the coaches did a great job gathering the troops and making sure that the team could win ball games. I'm a little proud right now.
How do you look at the way the defense has improved from last year and this year as well?
Well, things that had to improve greatly were third downs and scoring defense, like red zone defense. Don't get me wrong, we've got a lot to work on defensively, but our pass defense is 10 times better. We put way more pressure on the quarterback. We cover better, and it allows us to get off the field on third down a little bit. And we have grown. We really have. We have grown and improved. I'm going to expect them to be better. Like, I'm going to expect us to be better.
A lot of competition, I guess, in that secondary in the spring. A lot of young guys play at the end.
I'm going to guess spring ball is probably going to be one of the more fun springs we've ever had.
If you had to assign these two made-up awards, comeback player and player who was not on your radar to start the season, but now you're like, wow, how did I miss him in spring ball, summer camp, who would they go to?
Stover, the first one, and I don't have one. If there was a guy on my roster that I don't know intimately as a player and as a person, I stink as head coach. So no, I know those guys. I know what they're capable of. What you like to see is I knew what they were capable of before the season started, with a high ceiling of what they could be. And watching them move towards their potential, watching them get better as players, hell, as students, as people, yeah, that's what I do for a living. Like that's the cool part. Winning's fun. You guys got to write about the winning, but I get to watch them grow up, be a part of it.
Rob, is there a different preparation now with the new signing day as far as recruiting?
Oh yeah, one of the things I laid into some of my guys is we need to make sure the compliance office is ready for this, and I guarantee you we will sign people on the 20th. We will. I'm not telling you who they are.
2 straight wins, but 4 straight years without the playoffs. Is the clock ticking?
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'd be disappointed if it wasn't. And to be honest, I heard all kinds of noise during the season this year. That's my job, and I'm perfectly okay with it.
Nobody put signs on your
So, signs in my yard? Not yet. Let's put it this way. Somebody told me that I'm probably going to get in trouble for this. But everybody around here likes to talk about Delaware. Delaware. And I understand why. Delaware's what do they call them, the evil empire, and they got all the money in the world, and we're the dirty little stepbrother and all that stuff. But I think we beat them like 3 out of the last 4 years. And
Villanova beat them today.
I don't know. I haven't seen a score.
They did.
But I remember a time when they told me we never beat William and Mary before, and now I don't know, we're maybe at like 500 against them or something like that. So we've definitely moved the needle. I can't stand losing. I hate it almost more than I like winning, and it keeps me up at night. It makes the off season hard. Because the expectations are no higher anywhere else than they are in our coach's office or in the locker room. And I mean, my agent does a good job with my contract, but I don't want to be talking to you guys about the end of the season come Thanksgiving next year. And this is the start of the new season, and I'm not doing it. We're going. Come hell or high water, we're going.
Is that a promise?
I don't make promises I can't keep. So I have a hard time. It's as close to making it as a promise as I can make it.
For next year.
Damn right.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
What else?